Hi there, this is the technical part of the categorical variables and how to include them into the model and how can we use them in order to do predictions or to create the models. In order to do that, first we need to visit again our dataset. As we have seen before, our dataset has the origin, which is the categorical data. We have explained what's the difference between categorical data and why we need to use treat the categorical data in a different way. If you want to see the unique number within this column, number of unique. So as you see in the origin, we have three unique variables. It's gonna be 1, 2, and 3, but they are not. There is no hierarchy between that variables, so they are not ordinal one. The 2 is not greater than 1, and 3 is not greater than 2. That's why what we are gonna do to create the different columns and use the binary variables. To do so, we luckily already have the solution remedy for this. But first you need to import the Scikit-Learn package of the Python, which is used for the regression models and for processing, particularly for the machine learning framework. So with this code, you're gonna get installed the Scikit-Learn into your computer, into your working environment. And don't get confused if you in the future you're gonna see, instead of Scikit-Learn, Sklearn. That's basically the same, it's used interchangeably. Say it so. You're commenting this. By the way, for commenting, you can write control and the dash. It's gonna comment for you the cell. And within this library, we have a specific method, which is called one-hot encoder. It's basically taking your variable and create out of this variable different columns with the binary values 1 and 0. When it's 1, it indicates there's a value, it's that value. But if when it's 0, that means that that value is skipped and there's no that value contained in that column. So how it works? First, we need to assign the method. We're gonna call ENCODER for the future uses. Then we are gonna write new data, encoded data. And this data is called, we're going to use the encoder with this data. So encoder.fit transform, it's actually helping you when you're writing here, and you can autofill with the tab by clicking the tab. So our data set is auto data, and the column that we want to transform is origin. Attention to the brackets. You should have 2 brackets to select the vector within the data. So encoder is using the method, which is a fit transform, in order to transform the origin from the auto data. Then what we are gonna do, let's first see what we have now in the encoded data. We just copy and paste the encoded data as a data frame, the array, this is a vector. So we have 1, 0 as we were expecting. So it's one array. It's actually 3 arrays. All right, we have 3 arrays. 1, 0. So these are basically our 3, 1, 2, 3 categorical variables. But we want to have actually the name that is telling us what is that inside. So that's why we are gonna write the actual names. So as I understood, based on the description, I've studied a little bit the dataset, and as I understood, the one is referring to the cars from the United States mostly, and that's why I'm writing Americas as a region. The second is from the Europe. There are French cars, German cars, and other cars. And the third one is referring to the Asian cars. There's a Japanese cars, and probably there are other Korean cars too. So once we have these column names, it's a list, right? Then what we're gonna do, we are gonna assign to the So we are going to create actually in the auto new columns. So we are creating new columns within the auto data and assigning to these columns our new arrays that we're creating after the fit transform of the encoder. Now what we have here, if we check now the auto data, you see we have Americas, Europe, Asia. As you see, the 1 is referring to the Americas, then while 2 is referring to the Europe. So we have included in our dataset, technically included in our dataset, our categorical variable, which is ready to be used for the modeling, for the regression analysis now. Now it's not misleading anymore, because it could be misleading if we have left origin as it is. Now we don't have origin anymore. We don't need origin anymore, because that was the reason we have got rid of the origin as a categorical variable, and we have created 3 different columns instead. We are dropping it. To drop it, you just write the name of the column and indicate axis is equal 1. That means there's a column. We are assigning all this to the auto data. And voila,